Writing for mental health is empowering the self and igniting the part of yourself that you almost forgot. But the first thing you need to do is to believe that you matter. Even if no one has ever told you about it, or even if you don't believe any word I say, the fact that you're here right now and you exist, that's what matters. Most people don't realize that acknowledging their emotions are as important as their thoughts. Our society has built an invisible system in which we are taught to follow the rules and order. More often than not, we discourage listening to how we respond to certain things and see them as a nuisance instead of guidance. Certainly, the freedom to express ourselves isn't part of it. This is why I'm glad that you found me, and hopefully you're open to listening to my advice. So lend me your ears and bear with me towards the end. As children, you learned how to build strong fortresses to defend yourself from enemies. You spent your childhood following those who have lived longer than you, believing they know better. They told you to hide what is unpleasant and unacceptable and show what is otherwise without having to feel the need to explain it to you. In their eyes, you're just a kid and you don't know much about life. Well, that's what they want you to believe. Yet, day by day, you have successfully dug your grave without the slightest clue of knowing it. Number 1, writing for mental health prevents the tendency to devalue creativity. You strongly believe that happiness can only be changed through hard work. If it's something we love and do effortlessly, you think it's not worth something to pursue and earn an income. You are unaware that your caregivers have done a great job of destroying your creative software, making you believe that searching for a job is the only option a responsible adult can do for survival. You tend to rationalize it only to find yourself unable to find the reasons to celebrate it in the same way as you do. When you receive a job promotion because it's easy, it's way too easy. Earning more from doing anything that's so simple couldn't be possible, as adults say. Though it's not uncommon to see other creative people doing the same nowadays. Consequently, it's easier for you to devalue your genius, right? Simply because you can't find the right reasons, and achieving a successful life and freedom requires a big sacrifice, and you're not willing to pay the price. Well, that's what our modern society wants us to do and believe. And we foolishly and blindly follow them, thinking they're the safe way, they're the only option, that's the only way. Thinking it's the best way and the only way to survive. Do you get what I'm saying? However, you realize that no matter how much you try to go against the waves, you will always fail, and are bound to fail if you don't listen to yourself. The cycle goes on until your body gives up, and you wonder why. So, how about you start doing some reflection, asking yourself, why? Why do I feel like a piece of shit? Why do I feel like a crap? Why I'm not living the best life that I'm supposed to be? I'm born to be great. I'm born to be a leader. I'm born to be an influencer. Whatever you have in mind, why you feel stuck right now. So number 2, it ends blame game. Because you know what? It's easy to point your fingers at someone for those responsible for your misery, for all the past that you have, for all the traumatic shit that happened to you in the past, everything. You can point fingers, but don't forget that when you point your finger to someone, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. So it's not that they're only one responsible for what happened to you, it's also you, because you enabled it unconsciously and you don't know why, how did you do it. So that's why take accountable for your life, take action, do something. And if you feel called to be a writer, then do it. Write. You don't need a legal guardian to supervise your life. You're already an adult. You already have the mind. Use your mind. People nowadays are not using their brains. People nowadays are not using their critical thinking. And critical thinking is what we need these days because we have a lot of fake news. Right? So, anyway. And you don't need someone to make decisions for you, because you are the one who's meant to make the decisions for you, not your mother, not your father, not your sibling, not your spouse, but you. And you are the one who make the decisions, not them on your behalf, because you've already given away the power to them for years, and now it's your time to take the power back. So you're already at the right age to get yourself up. So quit the blame game and start making better choices, start taking responsibility, accountability, embrace accountability, be brave to gain control of your life, not tomorrow, but now. The funny thing is, you still continue doing the same things that destroyed you, instead of spending time figuring out how and where to escape and be free. Rather than finding ways to save yourself from that misery, you're the one destroying yourself instead. Rather than fighting for the justice, for the injustice that happened to you, you rather let them do their shit, thinking, oh, you don't have a voice. I can't write. I don't have the writing talent. But you're saying what you... And I don't know. It's a torture for writers to just let things go, just let things happen and not doing anything, not even writing about it, not even So when desperation finally arrives, it's foolish to wonder why you find yourself falling into an inescapable abyss and walking into a bumpy road in the darkest hours of your life. But this time, can you ask yourself, can't you be responsible for leading your life from this moment on? So as an adult, you're getting exhausted and weary. You're breathless. You want to relive and remember those times when it was easy for you to smile and laugh about anything. You want to find that person you once were and experience the good old memories once again, because you miss them so much, but you can't find them right now. You can't find yourself. You can't find the self right now. Number 3, writing helps you realize and value your feelings. Believe me or not, your feelings matter. They might be pleasant, overpowering, strong, obnoxious, irrational, naive, or crazy, good or bad. They're both part of you. The good and the bad sides of you are part of you that makes who you are. So you can't just cancel your bad side just because you don't like it, because the ones that you don't like are the best treasures you have as inspiration for your next novel. So they're both valid. The point is, they're both valid, the good and the bad. You have to be more than willing to accept the two sides of your personality, of your psyche, and know that these complete you. Regardless of how our society looks at it and responds to them, you have the power to recognize and acknowledge them and assert your needs and wants, even if it doesn't make sense to them, even if it would have to pay for the price. It may require a bit of spending time, reflecting, shadow work, like asking yourself the difficult questions. There will be times that you will try to deny what you're feeling because it's intense. It's uncomfortable and you don't want to feel uncomfortable. That's why we cover it up with anything. That's why we take drugs. That's why we replace it with anything, alcohol, because it's painful. That's the point. That's how we process. Writing helps you process those uncomfortable emotions. But honestly, who cares? Nobody cares. Now I'm speaking in the balcony right now. No one cares because everyone has their own life. But you think of yourself so much that you think that the whole world revolves around you. That's why you're so self-conscious. You feel like everyone will judge you when no one cares. But that doesn't mean that your feelings doesn't matter, because that makes who you are. That makes your decisions. that makes your thoughts. Your feelings will always be part of you and will continue to make an impact on how, regardless of how you approach life personally as an individual and lead your life. Hopefully, by listening to my advice, you'll prioritize those things and tasks that will bring good outcomes and meaning and purpose for you. Make sure that those things, as I've mentioned in many of my previous videos, it is best to be selective in everything that we do, to be asking ourselves the difficult questions, to be an essentialist, to embrace essentialist principles by choosing the ones that are truly valuable and meaningful to us. So these things, not just at first it's counterproductive because everyone wants to do something, but this advice wants you to remove a lot. But this has been the best approach that I've been doing in the last few years. And despite everything that happened to us, we moved out to a new apartment and all that, with all the shit that happened, I still was able to finish 2 unpublished novels, and I was still able to publish a novella on the same year. So what I'm saying is, everything from your inside out should be aligned to be able to achieve such extent of writing. I really didn't expect to write hundreds of thousands of words in a single year, knowing that in the last few years I could barely write 2,000 words in a blog post. You know what I'm saying? Or do you see what I'm seeing? Number 4, writing for mental health ignites repressed values. Today, more than ever, it's time to wake up and believe that you matter. Even if nobody has ever told you that, you have no choice but to willingly accept the nature of your existence and follow your calling to write. Your life is precious, your feelings matter, and you're meant to exist. You're born as a human being, not as a reptile or as a pig, because you possess the gifts of consciousness and creativity that no other organisms could. You're different from your peers, you're different from your family, you're different from everyone in your neighborhood. That's why you're called crazy and weird, the odd one. That's why you're singled out, that's why you're alone. Because you're too gifted and too creative for the community. That's why, if you're not writing right now, how can you even reach and find your tribe? They're somewhere else in the world, but if you won't do this, how will you find them? You are as important and a member of the society, and as a writer, you embody the essence of a scribbler, just as the ancient scribblers have done or have felt. But it's dying nowadays because we think we can just write in minutes, we can just write in a day, we can write everything's fast. We forgot the essence of writing, which is to reflect and to embody both the masculine and the feminine energies in this craft, because this is a vocation. Writing is not just, okay, I pay my bills. If writing means a lot to you, if writing is your life, you understand what I'm saying. This is beyond money. I don't have money right now. I have negative. But I feel sad? No. I feel happy. I feel blessed. Because now I have the capacity, the ability to share things with you wherever you are in the world. And that's so powerful for me. And if you've been following me on TikTok, then you may have heard me saying that I'm an ultra introvert. I am this person who was a former alcoholic, who was a fucked up woman, who chose to be in off the edge situations and managed to get out of it through writing. She saved herself through writing. and because writing found her again. So your dreams, what I'm saying is your dreams, no matter how, regardless of how crazy they are, because that's how I was perceived back then. When I announced to everyone, to my family, that I would be a writer, and everyone was just, are you crazy? And that's normal, because you're meant to change something, a culture, a mindset. Maybe you're meant to break the generational trauma of your family, the ancestral healing. Maybe you will find ancestral healing through writing, I don't know. But writing saved my life. I would have been hanging somewhere. I would have jumped the train track a few years ago if I didn't find writing. But remember that you're not a computer, you're not an AI. These are tools. They should work with you, not you work for them. So we can't limit ourselves, our creativity, within the boundaries of what is tested, on what are the rules are. If you find some new ingredient in your writing, then use it. If you feel excited with that new strategy, the new technique you found out somewhere else, then use it. Don't be boxed by the rules. Everything that makes you happy and sad, laugh and cry is in it. The way you approach daily life, include all of them. Just give yourself the time to listen. If you only listen to yourself, listen to what your gut says, you're on the right track. Please do what you want without seeking validation. If you feel to call to write, start writing. Don't say later, I will write later, I will write tomorrow, maybe the next day. Right now. Right now. Right now. Be fearless. I'm this person who's so full of fear. I fear everything. I get paralyzed by my anxiety just because of my social anxiety, and I'm a fucked up person. But I'm talking to you right now, smiling, because I feel great. I feel better. Compared to 3 years ago, I'm far, far better than how I was. But what I've learned in the last few years of discovering writing as a vital part of my shadow work, I was able to acknowledge the cringing part of me, the dark sides that I have, the violence that I have, acknowledging the violence that I have. Although I speak so soft, I'm a soft-spoken woman, I appear like this, but deep inside I'm very violent. And if I'm not able to channel them out, all these energies inside me, I'm not able to release them in whatever forms, so through writing, I was able to let go of everything, especially the heavy baggage that I've been carrying all my life. So I'm telling you, whatever stops you from doing what is right and what feels good for you, think about it. If it's your mother telling you to stop doing what you love, think about it. Would you follow her or not? Let the waters of nature bewilder you. Let the excitement thrill you. Let the, like the alchemy of writing. Writing right nowadays, so it's so rule-based. Why can't we just write without asking, what are the rules? Can we just write like how we wrote before with our diaries, dear diary? Can we just write it like that? And then find some magic and healing from there? Why do we focus so much on rules, how it is, and be like a child? Be amused by the little things that adults would never value, unless they're dying, unless they're on the deathbed, asking themselves, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that? So right now, while you're young, do not resist your calling. and do not oppose what's natural within you. That's what I've forgotten. That's what I suppressed and forgotten for so long time, and it took me years to uncover them again. So if possible, write them down in a notebook or a piece of paper. Let them go from your mind and lessen the weight of your burdens. It's never too late to learn how to observe the flow of energy inside you and appreciate every little moment, good or bad. Figure out how to stay mindful and be present. Have a journal with you and let go of those thoughts by writing them down. So in other words, find ways to embrace the power of silence and writing. Amidst the discomfort you feel while your mind relives the bad memories of the past. Learn to relax while listening to the raindrops falling on the roof. Learn how to slow down. Learn how to listen to the taps of a snare, the rattles of the hi-hat. Feel the magic within you. Let the energy flow within your veins. Let the words embrace your heart. Feel the words that you write. How do they feel? At this point, your moment has come. So rejoice that gift of yours because it's rare. If you have that gift to write the truth, if you have the gift to alchemize your traumatic childhood, your bad, terrible, unimaginable past into something inspiring together, I hope that we both can manage our traumas through writing and discover the magic of writing as we go along through this journey of spiritual healing through writing. Because you've carried already for so long time the heavy loads, and it's time for you to release them in such a creative way and a magical way, from our heads to the book. So it's now time for you to address those measures, the ones you have been, everything that caused you so much pain. It's time to let them go and unlock the chains that has been holding you back and free the child within you once again. And above all, you must believe that you deserve to live. See the morning? It's a morning, great morning sunshine here in Germany. Wishing you happy writing. Tschüss.